name's Athanasios Karas-Jonas, and we're going to talk about reasons why you should start your own business today. Before we get on to that, we should discuss what's the major problem. Like, why even should you be thinking about this? Well, to begin, let's start off with the problems for working for someone else. Major statistics shows that 71% of people are not satisfied with their current workplace. That is huge. Considering the amount of time you spend on a day-to-day basis at your work, studies show it's like 40% of your life is just at your work. So, more statistics show that 44% of skilled workers surveyed often feel overlooked and unappreciated at their current careers. 45% of people surveyed are unsatisfied with their current salaries, and 66% of people surveyed said that they sometimes rarely or never feel like they can trust colleagues to support them at work. That's not healthy, and that's not a good environment to be in. There's health-related issues to these too. 63% of people surveyed said that the stress of their job has had a significant impact on their mental and behavioral health. 63% of respondents said that they often, always, or sometimes take part in unhealthy behaviors such as drinking or crying regularly in their current workplace. And 64% of employees reported that if things get tough, their supervisors sometimes rarely or never help them at all. That's not healthy. Considering the amount of time and money you will spend in therapy dealing with these issues to go related to stress-related work and to live your life unhappy and unhealthy like that for a long time is not a good way to live it at all. There's one solution to solve all this, and that's opening up your own business. A recent study shows that 70% of people self-employed consider themselves to be happy. That is huge compared to only a mere 48% of people that are employed by someone else consider themselves to be happy. Opening up your own business can lead to major benefits. And to discuss more about that, I'm going to lead it into my colleague.
All right. So as Nasi talked about, being stuck in a corporate job and being told what to do all day long can be stifling for your creativity and can be stressful and bad for your health. The smallbusiness.com cites the following 5 reasons why you might want to start your own business. Number 1 being that you're in control. You get to make all the decisions. You can have other people suggest ideas and you can convene meetings, but in the end, your decision is the one that matters, which obviously we all know doesn't usually happen at your regular job. Also, you get to build something from nothing. You get to you can create your own product, or you can take an existing product and just find a new way to use it or a new way to distribute it. And so that can be very satisfying for many people. Also, you get to help people. When you're the boss, everybody comes to you for help and advice, and you get to mentor people and manage them and shape them and your business at the same time into a productive entity, which a lot of people enjoy doing. You have a more flexible lifestyle. You can decide when your work hours are, when you want to go on vacation, which is something that you don't have at all in a regular position. Also, you can change the world. The product that you come up with could be something that somebody really needs, like a new healthcare product or a vaccine or something like that that can really help people. And you could be able to make your small impact on the world. And lastly, but not least, you have the potential to make much more money. You're not going to be on a fixed salary. At first it might be a struggle, but if you are successful, then you can choose the amount of money that you take from the company. Give yourself that big bonus. These can be some reasons. The Small Business Administration also cites that small businesses are the backbone of the economy, and they cited in 2008 that 46% of the economy was made up by small businesses, and some estimate that it's even greater than that in modern times. And this can be very satisfying for many people to be, you're helping to increase GDP and increase the national economy on your own. And now my colleagues will give you some more details about how the process can be done or something. We'll work on it.
It's 12:15.
Thanks.
There, yeah.
So all these things are fantastic. Starting your own company, having your own salary, choosing your own vacations, but how feasible is it to you? Well, it's actually very feasible to anyone. Becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own business is very doable. For starters, financially, a lot of people find that to be the biggest constraint to when starting your own business. But there's many options when it comes to financial planning. There's small business loans, private investments, and obviously personal savings that you can all put towards starting your own business to take yourself on this new path. Secondly, 69% of all new U.S. entrepreneurs start their own business in their own home, so you don't even need a warehouse or a new work facility. You can already do it in your current residency. And another big factor for people that they don't realize is that there's no educational requirement needed. You don't need a college degree. You don't need associates, bachelor's, masters, or doctorates to become an entrepreneur and start your own business. You're your own boss. You make your own rules. You don't need to give yourself an education requirement. And lastly, in a study done in 2014, over 80% of small businesses that were started made it to their second year of production in 2015. So small businesses in the United States are doing very well. An example of someone who was originally not given any of, a lot of resources, but someone who made it as a very successful entrepreneur was Marcus Lemonis, who was an orphan born in Lebanon. He was orphaned just 4 days after his birth, and during his time of birth, there was a foreign invasion in Lebanon as well as a civil war going on. He was later then adopted and brought to the United States, where he would later earn a bachelor's after growing up, of course. He earned a bachelor's in political science and a minor in criminology. And he later became a self-made millionaire, starting his own recreational automotive company called Holiday RVs. Marcus is also well known now for his popular TV show, The Profit, where he goes around investing in failing businesses. Marcus's current net worth now is about $900 million, although he's known as a very generous philanthropist and successful entrepreneur. And now my colleague will explain what actions you can take towards starting your own business.
All right, one of the actions you can take to start your own business is the visualization step. And this is what science has to say about visualization. First, you can visualize first and then plan. And the best way to achieve this result is to utilize both types of visualization. Second is having a vision is highly correlated with your company's growth. So this means if you want your company to grow as a big company, that means your vision has to support that. So you also have to plan out the little steps to get to your big vision goal. The third step that there is stories told as visions of the future. And it changes the way we think. So this changes the way your employees think. This changes the way your customers think about your company and your overall vision for your company. So this makes some stockholders want to invest in your company versus not invest in your company, or some customers that want to buy your products or not buy your products. The fourth step is making the future detailed. It makes it easier for you and others to prioritize it and make sacrifices for it. So if everybody knows exactly what the vision is and how we're going to get to that vision, then everyone knows what to put first. So everyone knows what to prioritize in order to achieve this vision that they have for the company. So this is very important to keep everybody on the same page so everyone knows how we're going to get to this vision that we set for ourselves. The fifth step in the visualization step is sharing the vision with the public. This creates internal pressure and to make the vision actually come true. So as you tell the public your vision, the public, your customers, and your stockholders, your vision for your company, this puts pressure on you to actually make the vision happen. If you don't make the vision happen, then everyone's going to know why it didn't happen. So it kind of puts everything on you and makes you accountable. The sixth step is revisiting your goals daily to make them happen more. So this is just making sure that you're looking at your goals daily. There's an example where Scott Adams, he wrote down his goals 15 times a day for 3 months straight, and this is how he helped himself visualize his goal for his company. And I suggest you also do the same thing, write down your goals and make any little changes that you need to every day to help you achieve those goals better.
conclusion, as we mentioned before, small businesses are the backbone of the American economy, and that's where most of the business, the real business, gets done. And it's a great place for anyone to go to have a fulfilling work career.